If you think you don't like mezcal, but you love tequila, then you're wrong. More about that right here on the Tequila Hombre coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be talking a little bit about mezcal, okay? And we'll throw in other agave spirits and stuff as well. But I want to kind of educate you guys as to what mezcal really is. There's a lot of misconceptions out there and misinformation. You probably hear that, oh, mezcal is tequila's smoky cousin or brother. It's absolutely wrong. And we're going to get into that next. All right, so first let's take a look at the definition of mezcal. The definition of mezcal is an agave plant, especially one of a type used to make alcoholic beverages. Yes, so a long time ago, the word mezcal was used to describe agave plants that they used to make distilled spirits with. So if you've ever gone to Mexico and sat with some of the old time farmers, the agave farmers out there, they still call their fields mezcales or mezcal and refer to the agave as mezcal. And when tequila was first made back in the day, they used to call, instead of calling it tequila or mezcal or whatever, they referred to it as vino de mezcal, wine of the mezcal, de tequila, from tequila. So it was wine from the agave plant from tequila. It was actually the actual first name of tequila before they set up the denomination of origin and definition and defined what tequila is that we know it today. So by all definition, tequila is a mezcal. So if you think you don't like mezcal, but you enjoy tequila, you're wrong. You're actually drinking a mezcal. Now, the only difference really between tequila and other mezcals is there's certain rules that have to be followed in order for it to be called tequila. And that is, it has to be produced within Jalisco or some small municipalities outside of Jalisco, like 4 other municipalities. It has to be made with only Weber Blue Agave. So this is like, we look at it as like wine, okay? This is like the Chardonnay of wine, okay? So it's got its own classification, its own varietal that is used in Weber Blue Agave, just like Chardonnay uses Chardonnay grapes. So tequila first established their rules, their normas, their rules for making something in order to call it tequila, their denomination of origin. Mezcal set up theirs as well. So in order to call something mezcal, it has to be an agave spirit that comes from these 9 select Mexico states. I don't remember all 9 of them off the top of my head, but there's 9 states that can make mezcal, and you can use up 50 plus different types of agave. It just has to have enough fermentable sugars to produce the spirit. Now, there's a different group that also approves whether it's called mezcal or not. It has to be certified, just like tequila is certified with the CRT. The mezcal has the CRM, but they're all basically the same thing, except mezcal can jump into other varietals, but mezcal can also do Weber Blue Agave if they wanted to. And that's what I want to talk to you about next. Now, this bottle that I have here, I'm going to show it to you here. It is La Luna. Come on, focus. Let me get to focus here. La Luna Mezcal Ancestral Michoacan with 100% Tequiliana, which is Weber Blue Agave. So this is actually a mezcal, but it's made exactly like agave. And if it was made in Jalisco and run through the CRT, this would be called tequila. But because it's made in Michoacan and they certified it through the CRM, it has to be called mezcal. It cannot be called tequila. Or if they wanted to and they didn't want to get it certified through the CRM or any of the government agencies, they could have called it a destilado de agave if they wanted to. But instead, this is called a mezcal, although it is exactly like a tequila. So if you want to try a nice spirit that is exactly like tequila, then the La Luna Ancestral from Ferment and Still, it's an exclusive batch, is a fantastic way to start and experimenting with mezcals. Now, there are some minor differences in productions of this versus a lot of the tequilas that people are used to now, and that the tequila production today has become extremely industrialized, where they use industrial boilers to make steam, where this mezcal was still made the ancestral way. So this is like a really true vino de mezcal de tequila, the way they were made back in the day, and that they used wood to cook the agave, and they used a clay pot for distillation versus one of those big industrial stills that they use in the tequila world. So if you really want to see what an old time tequila tasted like, this bottle is the epitome of that. Much better than other ancestral tequilas that you may find that are available, that some of the tequila distilleries tried reproducing using their means. This was done in a manner in which, when it was called vino de mezcal de tequila, this is the way they were producing it back in those times. So there's lots of other agaves that can be used for making mezcal. And we're going to start a new series starting on Monday here on the Tequila Hombre channel. It's going to be called Mezcal Monday. And on Mezcal Monday, we're going to dive into other mezcals and other agave spirits that fall under the classification of mezcal, but can't be called a mezcal because of where they're produced. So those would be like bacanoras or agave or destilados de agave, as well as raicillas and stuff like that. So we're going to start getting into more reviews and information about some of these other agaves that are used and the flavor profile. So you guys can join me on this journey of experimenting and trying new flavor profiles that are available from these other agaves. So it's going to be like wine tasting, and that, we'll have tequila and we'll have other different varietals within the agave category. It's like drinking a Chardonnay or a Rosé or a Merlot or a Zinfandel. It's the same type of thing with mezcal and agave spirits, and that we can have a Tequiliana, Weber Blue Agave, or we can have one that's a Jabali or a Tepastate or a Tobasiche or Tobala, or a bunch of other different agaves. And so you'll learn about some of the different species that are available, what kind of production techniques they're using, and what kind of flavor profiles they produce. And it's a fun journey. I really love agave spirits altogether, not just tequila. And I'd love for you to be able to experiment and try some of these as well and get some knowledge on them, so you too can jump down this crazy rabbit hole we called mezcal. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and make sure you click that subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it, so you get notified when the Mezcal Monday videos get posted, as well as when we do any live streams. We'd love to welcome you to the Tequila Hombre community, and join me on these journeys as well. And don't forget to also subscribe to the Hombre Cave channel, where we'll be diving deeper down into the mezcal spirits after the reviews here on the Tequila Hombre channel. And then also the Hombre Cave channel will be having some of these brand owners as well as mezcal producers coming on and talking to us about their brands and about their production techniques. It's going to be great, a lot of great information. So make sure you subscribe here and the Hombre Cave as well, and that way you won't miss a thing. All right, at this time, I would like to thank our members here who help support the channel. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate our members, and we'd love to have you join us on a regular basis. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila or mezcal. So keep watching here and keep learning, and you'll be experiencing some fantastic tequilas and mezcals, and you'll be well on your way to a fantastic journey. We'll see you later. Salud.